Well, hey everyone, I'm Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs, and I just got back from a great trip to Las Vegas, where a handful of MACPA folks got a chance to tour the Zappos headquarters. Now, Zappos, as you may know, is the online shoe and apparel store that's become as well known for its awesome culture and terrific customer service as it has for any of its merchandise. We wanted to find out a little bit more about that culture. So we sat down with Zappos culture guide John Wolske after the tour and quizzed him about the Zappos culture and what it means for Zappos employees and customers alike. It was kind of a lengthy interview, so we've broken it up into three parts, and this is part one. Now during our talk, John refers at times to the Zappos core values. So let's review them quickly just so you'll have that background. There are 10 of them, starting with deliver wow through service, embrace and drive change, create fun and a little weirdness, be adventurous, creative, and open-minded, pursue growth and learning, build open and honest relationships with communication, build a positive team and family spirit, do more with less, be passionate and determined, and finally be humble. Now that's about the best list of core values that I've ever heard. So let's find out a little bit more about them and where they came from and what they mean for the company and its customers. Here's John Wolske. I have a series of questions related just to the culture.
Sure.
And if you don't mind me just kind of jumping in here because I'm... but first of all, I mean, and a couple of these are just kind of very, very personal about,
sure,
you know, from your point of view. What does the Zappos culture mean to you personally?
It means that I go to a place that's not my job. I go to a place that really is my second home. Like, people joke about the office being your home away from home because you're there so much. But really, when I walk in the door, I don't walk into my team. I don't walk into 11 people with whom I work. I walk into Zappos Insights. And I know and I care for my team, and they care for me as well. So it really is more about for me, about family and that environment. And this is my home, not just my home because I'm here so often, but really this is where I'm supposed to be.
And you spoke to a lot of that just now, but I mean, what's it like to work in a place like this day after day? I mean, kind of describe the feeling that you get coming into work every day.
Sure. So I start off with coffee. No, I'm just kidding. No, it really is. I know what I'm supposed to do during the day. So I've got my tasks and my job and what I'm here getting paid to do. But I never feel that pressure. I never walk into because before things get to that level, we've sat down and said, hey, do you need some help? It's not been offers of wow, you shouldn't be doing that, but it's usually offers of help. It's usually like, you've got 2 more weeks left and we're not going to meet that deadline, so what can we do to make that happen? Instead of, gosh, John, you suck. You know what I mean? So really it is, it's about coming in and being trusted to do what you're supposed to do. And really, I mean, like, performance is definitely important, but nobody's going to get on you if something comes up.
And feeling like that, that sense of empowerment, I guess, or just well-being at work, how does that translate to your customers? I mean, what do they get out of you feeling that way?
Sure. Well, let's just say I've got 20 people in the lobby, and I'm trying to start a tour, and somebody is cross-talking in the group. I'm not as likely to snap at them because I'm here at a great place. You know what I mean? And I know that my goal is just to take care of them. They're here to visit us. You know what I mean? So it really helps me. I used to have a really short fuse. I used to snap like that. You know what I mean? And it really helped me just to just chill out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think I deal with people in a much better way than I used to. So.
And pardon me, my final question that I had was, this strikes me very much as a place that kind of grew out of its culture. You know, it almost as if the culture came first and the company was kind of born out of that.
Yep.
What kind of advice would you have for another company that would like to do what you guys do, but didn't have that kind of genesis?
Sure. Well, the culture was just organically what it is. And without a focus on culture until 2005, when Tony decided to email the company and say, we need to define who we are. And I'm not the one to define it, you guys are. So what makes us who we are? So they emailed the whole company and everybody sent back their values. And from that there was 37 values that were repeated. And Tony's a nice guy. He didn't make us remember 37 values. So from that, he then compounded it into 10 core values. So it was born out of the culture, but the culture was just organically allowed to be what it is. So if you're an existing company and you feel that you need to have a cultural change, or you really haven't focused on culture, but you obviously still have a culture, even if you've never thought about it, I think the first kind of big step you can do is take a look at who you are. Take a look at what you do really well. Take a look at what works for your employees, what works for your customers. Take a look at those areas that don't work so well. Figure, where you might want to start making those changes. Really start to define who you are as a company. Who do you want to be known as to the world? So maybe even reevaluate the whole culture or values from the get-go. Something I strongly urge against is using words like integrity in your core values and culture, because that looks great in your lobby. You can't live that. You can't walk in and go, integrity. So the way that we've even formulated the way they sit on our list of core values, it's deliver wow through service. Wow, I know I can do that. I can read that and go, I'm supposed to deliver wow through service. It's very clear to me. So things like that. So when you evaluate your culture, what makes you who you are, also make it very actionable. I could put integrity if that's really what is important to me, but nobody's going to be able to walk in and go, integrity, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? And integrity, I've heard mentioned that it shouldn't be a value. It should be who you're hiring anyways. You should just hire the right people, and you won't have to worry about integrity as a company value, because the integrity will just be there.